Morning. I'm standing on quite a busy corner here. You've got the old London Road there, out of Leeds, out of Portsmouth. I believe it's the actual A3 actually, the old A3. And over there you've got the George Inn. And what I'm going down these steps here to look at is the pits, the chalk pits of Portsmouth, or some of them. There's the Pantry pit, which is a backfield cave, U-shaped cave, and Candy's pit. So I don't know what I'm going to find, because believe it or not, I've never actually been here. I've just driven by it thousands of times, you know. But yeah, looks quite cool. I'll turn you around. That's the start of it. And over there you've got the London Road, which is usually very busy. Seem to have found a lull in the traffic. Let's go and have a look at these chalk pits. Yep, bit of a drop. Apparently there used to be a cottage at the top there. So what I might do is see if I can find anything. Still getting some rock falls, look, by the looks of things. Unless someone's still trying to quarry things out, I don't know. I think this is part of the Pantry pit. It's all been backfilled. It goes in this way. And apparently it goes in a U shape and comes out here. Obviously it's all overgrown now, but yeah, it's very interesting actually. A lot of this changed at the beginning of the war. Yeah, there used to be a tea shop here called Jones Tea Shop, which would have been around about here somewhere. And these pits, these two, called the Pantry pit because it was used as a pantry. And obviously it was all demolished at the beginning of Second World War. So, because this was the main road out of Portsmouth at the time, the old London Road, and it would have been blown up to stop the Germans getting into Portsmouth, or to hinder their journey into Portsmouth. So, a little bit of history there. Oh, this looks like a steep slope. Wonder if there's another way down here. Hang on. Look at that. Very steep. Seems like a very tranquil spot. If it wasn't for the A3 London Road. Still, this way looks nice, doesn't it? Let's go down a bit further. I've got some steps here I found. Makes life a bit easier. I like the way someone's lined it here with stones. That's nice. Let's see what we can find around here. There it is. This is Candy's Cave, or Candy's Pit. Love the way the ivy comes down all the way down. A very tranquil area, almost. Let's go and have a look in this cave. It only goes back about 20 feet apparently, so and there it is. Candy's Cave. And here we are in Candy's Pit. obviously you've got rubbish in here. Someone's coming at a burger in here from Mix Monster, where I did my man versus food thing. It's not too far away from here. But someone's left some bin bags, which is good. At least you can dispose of any rubbish you have. Yeah. There's a few stories of how this cave came into being. The main one is that it was dug by Napoleonic prisoners of war who were kept in Portsmouth Castle. And when I do go to Portsmouth Castle, there's a really interesting thing there. You can see where the prisoners were kept and they've carved their names into the wall. I'll take you there one day, it's very interesting. But during the Second World War, this was actually used as an air raid shelter. There is a proper air raid shelter a bit further down, which you can't get to now. It's been bricked up. I'd love to have a look in that. Apparently it's been left exactly as it was, but you can't get into it. But this one was, I think this was here before, obviously before that. The local people will go in here, but obviously there's not a lot of room. But yeah, nice place. I like it here. Don't know why I haven't been here before. Mad. The amount of things, I suppose it's like anyone though, isn't it? You know, you never look around your own city when you've been there your whole life. You just take it all for granted, don't you? You don't really worry about the things that are on your doorstep. I'm going to try and scrabble up this little thing here, see what's over this. It's always useful to have a penknife on you, just to cut any there you go. Cut anything out the way that you don't want to get caught up on. There we go. That's it. That's better. Good old Swiss Army knife. Can't fault it, can you? Just to get through here. Oh, it's very overgrown here. Wonder where it leads. I'm bent right over. There'll be something in there. Oh, not doing my back any good. Oh God, beginning to regret this. Oh, made it. Made it through. Oh. That wasn't easy. Nice area. There's a stairway that leads up there. I'll go up there in a minute. Just want to... So I think we come to the end of the actual quarry bit. It's just... yeah, sort of ends here. Right next to the London Road. So let's go back and have a look up those stairs, see what's up there. Maybe some, I'm just wondering if that cottage that used to be on the top is still there. Apparently it was demolished in the early 1940s, like I said, to make way for the Home Guard so they could demolish the road, blow the road up if they had to. There's all the information you need here. So what I'll do, as always, I'll hover over it, and then you can pause the video at your leisure and read all about it. Obviously lots of wildlife. Yeah. That there, or that was the that's the pub, the George Inn. All this is gone. Let's go from the top. View from this point in the 18th century. Archaeology. So there you go. That's the Candy's pit that I was just in. There's a cave there, a pantry. If I take you around here, I'm going to go back down those stairs in a minute. Do myself a coffee. Got a pot noodle today as well. Just see if we can get a view of Portsmouth from the top of Candy's pits. There you go. Obviously heavily barbed wired, because it is quite a drop down there. Quite a drop. And you don't want to end up down there, do you? Yeah. It's Langston Harbour over there. Just over there is where I was the other day when I went on the Hayling Island ferry. That's the gap the ferry has to go across. Where are we? There. Well, I'm going to go back down the steps, find myself somewhere to, I bought me wood burner, but I've also bought me gas stove. I don't know what to use. I'm only boiling water because just making coffee. Just going to make some coffee and do myself a pot noodle. I think I'll just use the gas burner, it's quicker, isn't it? It's quicker. Go and do that by Candy's pit, I think. So people do come here trying to clean the place up. I think there's actually a barbecue thing left in there. If people don't take their rubbish away with them. I think I'll go in Candy's cave, eh? Have a little cook up in there, have a pot noodle. That'd be cool. I'll use the gas burner, I think. I was going to set my stool up, but someone's left a convenient piece of cardboard there for me to sit on, which would be nice. Saves the job. Or set my chair up, put the gas burner on there. No, I'll sit on that. Alright, burner's on for my coffee. What pot noodle have I got today? Sticky rib. King pot. Promises to be very nice. It's a nice sit in this cave. Yeah, I'll turn you around, you can see the entrance. go. Cool, isn't it? Be a good shower from the rain, that's for sure. That's what I like about the old gas burner. It takes minutes. Mind you, the old wood stove doesn't take long, does it? So once I've done my coffee, I'll put some more water on for my pot noodle. Pot noodle. Stir my coffee using my fork. Stir my coffee with. Right. Just some water on for the pot noodle. All that water's steaming away there. Take the lid off my pot noodle. And I want to say I watched a film yesterday at the recommendation of my bandmates Paul, called Into the Wild. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's the story of Chris McCandless. He just took off, gave all his money away. He had $24,000 saved for his university education. Gave it all away, cut up his credit cards, and just took to the road basically. In 1990, in May 1990, and he travelled all over America, down into Mexico, hitching rides, you know, and he ended up in Fairbanks in Alaska in a bus, and that had been just left in the middle of nowhere. And, well, he actually died. He died on this bus, so they're saying he starved to death, and that he went out into the Alaskan wilderness with no hardly any equipment. And it's a fascinating story. You know, if you get a chance to type in Chris McCandless. Yeah, I didn't know the story, but I'd seen his picture before. You know, when you see on like Facebook, you get things come up, 10 photos that were taken just before someone died. And I remember seeing his photo on there, and he was holding up a sign. I mean, obviously he died in sometime in August 1992 on this bus. He'd eaten some plants, and obviously they were poisonous. And one of the plants he'd eaten, it said, no matter how much you eat, you're going to starve. You feel like you're starving to death. And it was not a nice way to go. And I'm just doing this pot noodle now. I don't want to burn myself. Yeah, it's quite a fascinating story, really. Sad as well. He died all on his own. I've lost my fork now. There have been theories going around that it was his way of committing suicide. But I don't know. Yeah, the little sign he was holding up was saying, I've had a good life. Oh, what a story. Yeah. It's weird, you know, the timing of it. Because I can remember exactly what I was doing the day his body was found, which was September 6th, 1992. They found his body in a sleeping bag inside this bus. And because I'd just got together with Mrs. Roblerova, we'd been together about 2 days at that point. And so yeah, my mind goes back to that period. So like when we were first together, that's when his body was being found in this bus. And he'd been on the road for 18 months. Just mixing this up now. I think a lot of people have those ideas, don't they? About, you know, going to give up everything, take to the road, live on the road. but I don't know. The only adventure I ever had like that was actually the very beginning of the 90s. I went to Australia for a couple of months in New Zealand. Just took to the road there, travelled around. I took off from England on the 31st of December 1989. But the route I took, I flew over America. And if you go over that way, you're going back in time, aren't you? So by the time I got to New Zealand, it was the 2nd of January. When we got to, the time I got to the date line, the international date line, which is through the Pacific, it was still 1989, because I was going back. If you can follow what I'm saying, I was going back in time basically. But as soon as I crossed that date line, it was the 2nd of January. So I always, it's weird because when I look back on it, I missed the very first day of the 1990s because I was in the plane going backwards. So January 1st, 1990 doesn't exist to me. That was quite an adventure as well. Maybe one day, if anyone's interested, I'll put the pictures up I took. Obviously I didn't have a video camera then, it was a long, long time ago. I'll leave this for a couple of minutes. Right, sticky rib, pot noodle. What's this taste like? I don't think I've had this one before. Yeah, it's alright. It's very nice. Maybe I should have had a pot noodle sandwich, eh? Pot noodle sandwich. How can that be a thing? Too sloppy, I would have thought. Love these sort of places. Like I said, I've driven by here down London Road 1,000 times. I can see these pits through the trees, but I've never stopped off. I've only ever been passing through this part. And I've got to say, I've not been disappointed by it. I love these types of places. Yeah, just carrying on talking about that Chris McCandless. You know, he was dropped off at the end of like a road, and it would take you into, obviously into the Alaskan bush, for want of a better word. But it was very snowy, and he had hardly, the fellow who dropped him off said he hardly had any gear with him, small light backpack. He had 10 pounds of rice, and he had a hunting .22 rifle, and that was it. The bloke even had to give him a pair of proper wellies, you know, waterproof boots and things. And he tried to talk him out of doing it, but well, it's a fascinating story. If you want to watch the film, it's called Into the Wild. It's directed by Sean Penn. There's also a documentary out there about it as well that was being made about the same time as that film was being made. The bloke retraced his steps. And they've only... The helicopter flying up there reminds me, the bus was only taken out of the Alaskan bush a few years ago, because it inspired so many people that people tried to find this bus, and a few people died trying to find it, crossing the Tech River. So there's pictures online. You can go to Google Images of a Chinook lifting the bus out, and the bus is now in a museum nearby. People can visit it safely. Yeah, it was a converted bus, had a wood burner in it and everything. Very nice. Not bad, that one. First time I've ever had that. Don't have pot noodles very often. Right. Finish up my coffee. Nice pot noodle for lunch in Candy's cave, Candy's pits. So I think what I'll do, I might take a few more pictures. Go around, take some more pictures. See on that wall there where people have left their mark over the years. This one there says 1990. That's when I headed off to Australia. It's a nice little spot. So what I'll do, I'm going to leave the video here. My little venture around Candy's pits. I don't know where my next one's going to be. I'm thinking about somewhere, but I don't know if I can do it logistically speaking, so we'll just have to see. We'll see. I'll probably do another video before Christmas anyway. So thanks for joining me on this little excursion to Candy's pits, and I'll see you next time when we're roving about, wherever it may be. See you soon. Bye.